my God. You gotta take cover back here, man.
Hey, it's Nick and welcome back to the channel. We're on a little bit different of a project today. We're at a commercial building here in my hometown. They've got this back wall of their building that I think used to be an overhead door right here or something, and it's since been walled up. And since it's been walled up, it's had quite a bit of water damage, as you can see. It's had some termite damage. You can see they've gotten into this 2x4 pretty good. And there's two 2x4s that we've already removed that were pretty substantial with the termite damage. So our job today is going to be getting rid of all this old stuff. We're going to tear this whole wall out, including the siding on the back side, which is just concrete mortar. We're going to tear all this out, remove the door. We're going to start fresh. We're going to lay a new bottom plate, stud it up, put a new top plate in there, inside the outside of it. So y'all stick around and we're going to get this done. That 2x4 just wasn't connected to anything. The water damage is so bad in here that this sheathing is just absolutely brittle. That's what water will do to you. Water and termites are your biggest enemies.
This is when I like turning that blade around. When the battery starts getting in the way, so then you can really get it. So, what I like to do when making a cut like that, you start out your blade like that, how most people do it, and you get there and your battery's hitting and you can't get deep into there. It's like to flip my blade around and run it backwards, and that way you can get all the way to the wall now. Cut all the way through what you're trying to cut through.
That's a good tip. That never even occurred to me to do that until I saw you doing it.
Pro tip.
That's cool. Oh God, hang on, hang on. Oh my God. You gotta take cover back here, man. So we got our wall knocked out. It's just a big empty hole right now. It's a 10-foot span, and we don't have any temporary load-bearing walls or anything on this. Right up above me, we've got a big concrete header with about 1-inch thick rebar running through it. So that header right there is what's keeping this wall from falling in any further. So no need for load bearing walls. We are getting ready to set our bottom plate though. I've said it before on the channel, but I'll say it again. Setting wood on bare concrete, you need to use pressure treated. This is going to help keep water from wicking up into your bottom plate. It's going to help keep it from rotting. In addition to using a pressure treated bottom plate, you also want to use some type of seal gasket. We use this here foam gasket from Home Depot. You can use silicone if you want. Lexel is really good to use for this, but you want there to be a sill between the concrete and the pressure treated lumber. It's going to help keep bugs from crawling under this bottom plate, and it's what's going to provide your air and water barrier from the outside to the inside. We are securing the concrete, so I always like to try the ram set first. It's the quickest and easiest way to get it done. Make sure when you're doing this, if you're going lumber into concrete, you're using 2.5-inch ram set nails. You can see there they've got a washer on the end of them. That's going to help keep the nail from punching clear through the lumber. We're using yellow loads. These are rated to get nails into concrete. When we did that patio build, the ram set didn't work. That concrete was just way too hard and old to get any ram set nails through, so we did have to use wedge anchors on that. But I always like to try the ram set first. It's a really good securement method. But for now, let's try this ram set with the foam seal gasket. All right, so we did the ram sets and about half of them held. We did switch to the wedge anchors. There's two here because this one got buggered up and we couldn't get it out, so we just slammed another one in it. Got one there and one there. We're gonna start putting this wall together and set it up in there. All right, the wall framing is up. We got our roof opening for our door. We're on 16-inch centers. For these side studs, we just ram set them directly into this brick. There's a customer right there. She's super happy. Glad to be on camera.
Oh, yeah.
right, so in that last shot, you saw me holding up this piece of sheathing while Koty nailed it off. And that's so I can hold it up on a gap down here. You don't want your sheathing touching the concrete. If it's sitting on the concrete and rain's gonna get in there and start wicking up your sheathing here. What I was doing there was holding it up off the ground with a level on it, and Koty nailed it off. And so we achieved our gap.
That's not very
Probably doesn't matter which side faces out, but we got things to do like this. Oh yeah. All right, we got our wall built here. We reframed it, resheathed it, and put this house wrap on it. All right, so this is just a basic house wrap we got at a Home Depot. If you're doing it this way, obviously you're gonna have to do several rows. Do like we did, start from the bottom and work your way up. That way when you get it on the wall, they lap over each other, and any water that does get down here just drains off. Just like anything else you do, just like you would do shingles on roofing, or how you do waterproofing when you're doing a shower. You always want the water to have somewhere to go. You never want the water to fall in behind something. So we have these lapped over top of each other. Next, what we got to do is cut out the hole for our door, which is already framed in. Set the door, side it, and we'll be done. All right, we got our door hole cut out. We're getting ready to set this door in place. So you want to seal between your bottom plate and where your door is going to sit on top, just like you would with the bottom plate to concrete. So we're not using seal gasket. We are just using 3 thick beads of silicone there. This is just going to keep water and bugs from getting in underneath your door. Okay, so we've already set the door. We shimmed it on the sides, plumb and level. Of course, when you're setting a door, even plumb and level sometimes isn't good enough on a pre-hung door. Sometimes the hinges can be a little bit off. So start with plumb and level, and then from there you can, check the swing of the door, see how it's actually shutting, and make adjustments from there. We started with the hinge side, got it all shimmed, and it had 2 open holes in this hinge, and then 1 open hole in the other 2 hinges. And we secured the hinge side of the door. Now we're working on the jamb side of the door. I've already got 1 screw in, but what you want to do is you get it shimmed where you want it, and then punch your screw in right there behind the weather stripping. So that's going to make sure it's on the interior side of the door and you're not going to have any visible screws. Okay, the door's in the hole. We've got it secured on the hinge side and the jamb side. Next, we're going to install the strike plate and the door knob, and then we're going to get ready to start siding this wall. All right, we're finally done with this wall. We should have been done yesterday, but I miscalculated how much J-trim we need. I didn't account for the door, and we didn't have enough. So I got another piece this morning, and we're finishing up now. Anyway, that's our wall build. If you got any questions, if you see something we did wrong, if you have suggestions for making stuff easier, let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.